Jennifer Coolidge is getting a lot of attention from cute guys thanks to the White Lotus. Yeah. Duke is pissed at the White Lotus and says they should keep their school out of their mouths.
Verity is coming soon. Scooby-Doo live action.
So there's just a lot of things that we'll be covering in this video. We'll be dissecting all the popular movie talk this week.
Yes, so don't go anywhere. My name is Voke.
And I am Inifome.
Verity is coming. Main cast here is Annie Hathaway, Dakota Johnson, and Josh Hartnett. They'll be leading the thriller adaptation of Colin Hoover's thriller book, Verity. And this movie will have theatrical release May 15, 2026. So this movie is basically about a struggling writer, Lowen. She meets the charming husband of best-selling author, Verity Crawford. She's then roped to become a ghostwriter for the incapacitated writer. But soon, things take a dark turn. So are we anticipating this one or not?
I'm anticipating it, but I still feel I got the casting wrong once again for a Colin Hoover book adaptation.
It's nice that Verity is getting an adaptation because for the book, I did not see the point of everyone talking about how much this is such a good thriller. I thought it was one of the most bland thrillers I have read. Yes, it has an interesting plot twist, but at the same time, I don't think it's that good. But now that it's going to be on television, I think that will be a better choice. But because maybe as a mind of a reader, I thought it was just okay. But I think for TV, it will be fine. I don't know about the casting though.
Scooby-Doo live action is in the works. Netflix have been doing a lot of interesting live action adaptations, and this show is said to be a modern reimagining of the popular cartoon show. It follows this group, their final summer at camp. Old friends Shaggy and Daphne get embroiled in a haunting mystery surrounding a lonely, lost Great Dane puppy that may have witnessed a supernatural murder. It's said to be an 8-episode series, and this is not the first time that it's going to be a live action adaptation of the story. What do you think?
I think that I don't care about this really.
I don't really care about Scooby-Doo as well, but Netflix have done some live actions that I don't care about, the animated version or previous versions. I really like One Piece, so I think it will be good.
Maybe if it will set a cultural reset, because Scooby-Doo is such a popular show. It has a cult following. However, Jennifer Coolidge is getting attention from cute guys thanks to the White Lotus. I had a sit down with the Sunday Times, and this is what she had to say. Even though I play a complete weirdo in White Lotus, cute guys come up to me, and this is far better than American Pie. For fans of American Pie, you remember that she played a mother in American Pie, because people were really sad about Tanya falling off a boat. And she went on to say, these men like you better because they feel that you went through something. That show really upped my game.
Still on the White Lotus, Duke University says, keep us out of your show. After episode 6 of the White Lotus aired, the Vice President for Communication, Marketing and Public Affairs for the prestigious Duke University, Frank Tramble, told the New York Times that the institution does not want to be associated with the White Lotus. The character portrayal of the school does not reflect their values. In the episode, we see Timothy Ratcliffe contemplating suicide after his shady ways are coming to light and he's at risk of going to jail. This was told to the New York Times. Duke appreciates artistic expression and creative storytelling, but characters prominently wearing apparel bearing Duke's federally registered trademarks creates confusion and mistakenly suggests an endorsement or affiliation where none exist. Tramble went on to say that the White Lotus not only uses our brand without permission, but in our views uses it on imagery that is troubling, does not reflect our values or who we are, and simply goes too far. Honestly, I don't think it's that serious. I don't think it reflects the school in a bad light.
I don't think it did anything to the school's image at all.
Yes. Maybe they didn't take permission for copyright and the rest. Maybe that's where the problem is from, but I don't think those disturbing scenes would hurt the school's image.
Yeah. However, moving on, Rachel Zegler is immature. Not us saying that, it's Jonah Platt saying that. If you remember, Verity has earlier reported that producer Mark Platt had to fly down to tell Rachel to delete her post about Free Palestine because it clashed with the promotion of the upcoming Snow White movie. You remember how that entire event set the internet on fire? To put the gist more clearly, somebody made this comment on Instagram that saying actually Mark had to fly down to Rachel to tell her to delete her post. His son Jonah now responded to that comment saying, "Yeah, my dad, the producer of anyone's piece of Disney IP with hundreds of millions of dollars on the line, had to leave his family to fly across the country to reprimand his 20-year-old employee for dragging her personal politics into the middle of promoting the movie, for which she signed a multi-million-dollar contract to get paid and do publicity for." And he further wrote, "This is called adult responsibility and accountability, and her actions clearly hurt the film's box office. Free speech doesn't mean you are allowed to say whatever you want in your private employment without repercussions. Tens of thousands of people worked on that film, and she hijacked the conversation for her own immature desires at the risk of all the colleagues and crew and blue-collar workers who depend on that movie to be successful. Narcissism is not something to be coddled or encouraged." And Verity also reported that Platt met with Ziegler again after she posted F Donald Trump. This happened after the US election and made Trump supporters never know peace. I don't know if this is the reason, but Snow White, the movie that has been released now, it ranked only for 2% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I think it's the first Disney live adaptation for the Disney princess that have been like a really huge flop. And I think it's sad to see.
Is it safe to say that Jonah is right? I think that it affected it, allegedly. It kind of hurts the production.
Celine Song is back with another love triangle anyway. The Materialists will be coming on June 13th, 25. What do you think?
I am looking forward to it.
Yeah, so this film, The Materialist, is written, directed, and produced by Celine Song, and it follows an ambitious New York City matchmaker. Interesting. Who finds herself torn between the perfect match and her imperfect ex. Dakota Johnson, Chris Evans, and Pedro Pascal star in this film, a follow-up to Celine Song's Oscar-nominated feature directorial debut, Past Lives.
I look forward to this, of course. I love Past Lives. I am curious to see Dakota Johnson playing a matchmaker. I don't know how that's going to be.
I think it's going to be perfect. Trailer is out and you can check it out. It looks really nice. It has a nice vibe to it. So I'm anticipating this one.
Same day on Apple TV, we have Sydney Sweeney and Julia Moore for Echo Valley. Here, Kate is dealing with a personal tragedy while owning and training horses in Echo Valley, an isolated and picturesque place, when her daughter Claire arrives at her doorstep, frightened, trembling, and covered in someone else's blood. Echo Valley is said to showcase how far will you go as a mother for your child. Curious to see this one, honestly.
Yeah, I'm very curious. Sydney Sweeney was okay in Immaculate, so I think she's going to do well in this one as well. Send a Scare. So there's Send a Scare, which is coming very soon to be announced. There's no date. Send a Scare centers on an interactive horror startup that gives thrill seekers a way to send scares to friends and family. But when potential investors host a demonstration, the experience gets hijacked by a real max killer with a deadly agenda. This film is starring Victoria Justice and Robbie Amell. Pretty good actors.
I'm not looking forward to this. I think it's going to just be another bland.
I think it's going to be like a goofy, silly thing because of Robbie and Victoria from their previous roles. I don't think it's going to be anything too serious, but I think it should be a fun watch.
I'll watch it, but with bated breath, because I hope that they change my mind. But I just think I'm not to like this one. Then for Final Destinations, real scare here. Final Destination Bloodlines is coming. Do you know the funniest thing? I am anticipating this movie so much, and I have not seen any of the previous installations for Final Destination. I just know about Final Destination. I've seen the start of some of the movies, but I've never watched it really.
Yeah, I think that's my problem too. I don't know if I've ever sat through the full length of any of the Final Destination films. I'm always interrupted by something while watching it, so I think before it comes, maybe I'll go and watch all of them.
I hope to binge every single one of them before Final Destination Bloodlines come out. The newest movie in the New Line Cinema successful franchise is taking audience to the very beginning. We're going back to the beginning here, people. It's taking us to the beginning of how the entire death twisted sense of justice started. That's why it's called Final Destination Bloodlines. Here's the gist. Plagued by a violent recurring nightmare, college student Stephanie heads home to track down the one person who might be able to break the cycle and save her family from the grisly demise that inevitably awaits them all. I love the trailer. It's so deliciously dark, and I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, it's pretty dark. Just set the entire tone for the film. It's a quality trailer. The Ritual is yet another exorcism film, but it's starring Al Pacino. I was so happy to see Al Pacino. It's been a while. It's set to release on June 6th, 2025, and The Ritual is based on the most thoroughly documented and widely publicized exorcism in American history. Occurring in a small Iowa town in 1928, the afflicted was 46-year-old Emma Schmidt, who had been troubled for years.
Based on true events, so I think it's going to be pretty scary because they have a lot of resources to work with. That's all we got for movie news this week. Let us know which movies you are anticipating.
Yeah, drop them in the comments below, and which one you are not excited to see. Would love to hear it all. So until next time, do take good care of yourself, and if you are not already subscribed to We Are Binge-watching, you should do that right now, because we talk about everything movies and TV shows, from reviews to updates. You just get all the latest gist here.
Goodbye.
Bye.